Na, sziasztok! Kacok! Köszönhetem mindenkinek. Na, folytatjuk a rákolátos Henrikénk rangjaival. És azon gondolkodám, egy picit így folytassuk így fő sztorit, viszont reggelig azért várjunk már egy picit, mert itt az éjszaka kellős közepén.
What the hell do you think you're doing, hurting people like that? We won't put up with violent brutes here. Is that clear? You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That'll land you a fat fine.
Anton.
Enough! What impertinence is this?
What's your game, boy? I'm not gonna...
Nem is bántottam senkit. Hát ez...
You there! Stop!
Csak már vissza. Miattak? Nem tudtam én senkit se. Most kicsit érdekes volt. Tegnapi nap folyamán kicsit még így játszogattam. Összegyűjtöttem ott a... És megcsináltam ott azt a... Hansos küldetést, meg összegyűjtöttem itt a... Így azt a világot ott a... Hölgyeménynek. A világot, amit kellett. Stb. Meg így kicsikét így fejlesztgettem így a... Pár ilyen mellékültetésre így ezt a... lockpickes képességemet. Stb. Meg... Látom, ezeket könnyű lesz legyőzni. Csak jó lenne, hogy átváltaná. Köszönöm. De jó lenne, hogyha ebben a játékban könnyen. Ettől féltem amúgy. Nem tudom, hogy is sötétbe kell harcolni. Vagy nem kegyelmesek neked.
I'm in no mood for talk, you beast!
Nem akartam így sötétbe harcolgatni. Egy. Mindegy, szóval így fejleszkedtem itt a lockpickes. Hát ezt az árfeltő képességemet. Egy pár kaját így szek magammal. Az árfeltő képességem az lassacskán így 10-es szintű lesz. Viszont várhatnék igazándiból. Őszötözni úgy csak tudok igazándiból, mert kicsit túl súlyos a karakterem, de nem baj. Küldetéstágyak. A fős küldetéstágy. Mindegy. Érdekes. Ezt már meg kéne nézni, hogy ez a izé... Részemetes. Ezt a ismeretlen pályát azt már meg kéne lösni, hogy micsoda. Amúgy. Mi történik akkor, hogy azt megiszom? Hát, ha fejleszteném így a... talán az alkímiás... szonat, akkor lehetséges, hogy így. Tudná Henrike, hogy mi az?
Want to earn a bit of coin? I've got this plan. Now!
Oh.
What's the matter? Come on.
Jó lenne, Henrike, hogy elővenni egy kardodat. Olyan nehéz, hogy ebben a játékban másik ellenfélről átmegy. Őszint. Nézzünk is, de jó. Ezt legalább kivédtük. Na, most az, hogy gyógyítsuk meg magunkat. Ha egyáltalán van bandázs. Jó, bandázsas van. A jó Istennek. Meg elméletek kell lennie. Nem. Úgy főzetnek. Itek jöhet a... Na, közben meghaltál, oké. Valami hús lehet, nem találhatok. Valami. Igazán van. Igazából innentől még tovább gyalog is akár. Tudom, milyen messze vagyunk. Hát, annyira nem vagyunk messze. Kutyú? Vagy?
Good boy.
Csak dicsérjük.
That's my boy.
Más parancsok.
Come on,
Ügyes.
free.
Meg, nem tudom, hogy van-e nálam kajám, vagy mit tudok neki adni.
Look what I've got. You'll love.
Emiatt nincs benned. Bocsi. Még egy ilyen főzete meg kell inni, mert... Basszus, nem ezt akartam. Ez kicsit hülye van megoldva. Így, mondjam... Át tudok kenni egy ételre, meg egy fegyverre is akár ezt a gyógyító cuccot. Ez két hülye van megoldva. Mindegy. Na, jó van. Került. És csak... Igen. Szóval itt vagyunk. Átadást lubost.
Yeah.
Itt. Sztoriban most ott tartunk, Szacspárköbö, hogy ugye izéket keresünk. Ja, a banditákat keressük, akik megtámadták ott azt a lovas istálót, vagy mit.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh.
Valószínűleg, hogy őt kerestük. Hát igen, valószínűleg őt kerestük.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Hát meg kell tudnunk pár dolgot erről.
Who was
Skolod?
Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
So,
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
tehát senki sem hallotta. Hogy... lett vele.
Order above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. Judas? Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Jó van, ezzel föltöltük. Na, és nem fog sikerülni. Jó, bandázsos mindenféleképp jöhet, hát... tudni, hogy mikor kell. Ezt a szétolok, nem tudom, hogy... akkor kell itt ebben a játékban így... lerészegedni, vagy sem. Először mit ellenőrzök?
A bed?
Tényleg? Gondoltam volna, hogy egy ágy. Jól látom, már nincsen semmit vele. Ölhetnénk. Jó lett volna. Jó, hát akkor kérdezünk tovább. Hát valaki itt valamit. Azért jön a területen belül kell kérdezősködni.
God be with you. What can I do for you?
Nem mindegy.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder.
Ask away.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
Huh.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Beszélünk a pappal,
That's all.
mert
Thank you.
ugye mindnek kicsit gyanús volt, hogy a srác ott a templomban. Kicsit így átana a készet, ezt áttesszük. Javasoltad a leányzónak az, hogy a srác templomban járt, úgyhogy beszélnünk kell a pappal.
All the saints were watching over me. But the others,
They're with God now.
may you have mercy on them.
De még azt beszéljünk a pappa, hát tud. Ó, végrajta. Na, ezzel most már beszéltünk.
How much do I want for them?
Jó,
God be with you.
beszéljünk Józsefitával is.
I've come in the name of.
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That man Lubosh who was murdered. What was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Na,
That's
kocsmástól.
all. Thank you.
És ilyen kocsma töltelék. Nagyon nem fogunk megtűnni semmit se. Menjünk a templomba. Hát ha az atya tud esetleg valami. Újdonságot mondani. A kocsmást is megkérdezhetném, hát hogy a kocsmában lógott, akkor hát miért ne? Jó, itt a pap. Mi a paporoság? Pap, aki kardozik. Milyen érdekes, mi?
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of
Pap
the
tudja,
confession.
és tud valamit, csak...
Father, surely you
nem
can't be
mondja el.
serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
Azt nem mondom.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can.
Egyáltalán.
Because if I
Na.
broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Na, májba is le kell részegednünk. Mansziva, és azért Mansziva. Kopkanna vagy Kopikopival vagy kivel. Előző részben. Itt kell majd találkoznunk a... Úgy, mint ágyasra. Hát még nem tudok beszélni.
And one of the
tudom.
knights such as you takes an...
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Of course.
tudjuk.
Ask away.
És
Have you noticed
vettél valami
anything
gyanúsat?
suspicious recently?
Valami?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Ezt már nem tudod.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend...
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
That man Lubosh who was
Azt mondta, hogy
murdered.
kocsmába.
What was he like?
Már is
He was a
iszákos.
drunk. He was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much. But I wouldn't wish an end like that on anyone.
That's
Jó,
all.
hát mindenki azt mondja, hogy kocsmáz, meg mit tudom én.
Good luck to you.
Ajaj. Inkább a másik irányba kéne menni. Fejleszteni kéne még a izémet, képességeimet. Őszint. Sősegély 2. Ötszeg. Csúcsító képesség, párbeszédben és alkalmazott. Az. Írhat. Bocsánat, egy adott területen színe. Oké. Gyességnél nem kaptunk semmit. Céd. Nézzük. Ez bizony kell. Etikus. Kép kell, kard. Csak lényegképpen ilyen izék. Ezt annyira most én nem szeretném. Aztán ide még nem kaptunk semmit. Ja. Igazából lukket kéne fejleszkednem, mert ugye ott azért van legalább egy 10-es szintre fölfejleszteni. Mi kell még a izémhez? Hát, még 8-as szintű. Egy olyan másfél szintet. A pékes pék. Péki pék. Mindegy, menjünk egy idehez kocsmázni. Szerintem. Hogy tartgassunk így itt a történet ügyileg. Tudok jönni olyan? Tudom kijutni. Még jó lett volna. Hát. Kaptasom el. Ja. Ó, elméletek nőtt. Tehát képességem, lopakodás, igen. Szögek. Szerencsére, éma hegedűs. Ez mit tud? Jól néz ki. És jó. Ez is jó. Hát én is könnyebben fogjuk tudni eltörni. Még egy csizét. Jó lenne. Egy szintet fel. Ő a fordulós, ővel kéne beszélni, hogy ő hátulról valamit. Tudok aludni. Ezt olvastuk. Most nem tudok semmit.
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Jó, azt már tudjuk, hogy volt Johnny. Lénynek amúgy kéne kutyulinknak valami. Just. Hát, elég is. Ja. Ez meg többet tűnik, hogy Ákos plébános a kocsmában. Isten, tudod-e valamit?
I've come in the name of...
I don't know nothing about it.
Do you know what Lubosh was...
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself.
Have you noticed anything?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith.
Ezt már mondta a srác.
That's all.
Kocsmáros is ugyanezt mondta.
Take care now.
Furcsa út, minthogyha. Mennyi időnk eleget? Hát... aludhatnánk.
Can I sleep here?
I suppose. For how long?
Just for one
night. All right.
Csak kettő.
You all like it here.
Oké.
Take care now.
Ez nem sok. Soha tudok itt aludni. azt most nem kell. Tudom nyitni. Hol tudok itt aludni? Valószínűleg itt. De ide gondolom csak le tudom tenni a dolgaimat, azt jó napot kívánok, mi? Hát akkor vagyunk estig. Vagyis este kell beszélnünk a toppal. Ápuskával. Viszont, ha megbocsátatok, akkor egy kis fél perc technikai szünetet tartanék, ha nem probléma. Na, itt nem vagyok. Hangat. Végezzünk ezzel a púli emberrel. Egyáltalán itt van. Már nem vagyok benne biztos, hogy... De itt van, csak bent. Ott tegyünk. Szóval az jó. Te is kajátod. Jön nehéz, nem tudjuk föltöltni.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat.
Hát akkor leülök. Ha így megengedi, ő kelme.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
Ale for me.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning.
Ő is el akar bennünket
They
iktatni.
disappeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, the girl,
Mondom,
even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side.
Zsé gondol,
I
milyen
didn't
káva,
make it to the
milyen
castle.
káva.
I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. Wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
Look, this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Papon kicsit részeg lett már.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough.
Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of
Ide
course.
szősködjünk már itt, mert megtelik az idő, atyám.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Tehát akkor innunk el a pappal. Jobban legyünk vele. Hogy talán elmondja mindent. Szegény atyám még már teljesen részeg. De jó kis prédikáció. Apunk az ahhoz képest ennyire mondja ezt betartja itt a Bibliát, azért iszokat kockázik, csajozik, azért komoly. Skandalozik is. Így komoly egy pap.
Enough of this.
Bakker.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't
That'd
vex
be
me
wireless.
again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Passza.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Milyen komoly a pap. Majd csak én tudok írni, hogy akarsz akkor írni levelet a pápának.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Már most a törvényszolgálval kell bunyóztunk. Aztán komoly Hedi. Az igen, jól belevágta izére. Őde. Ez ám a... Pap, mit nem mondjak.
Kunda!
Komoly egy pap, baszki. Piál, csajozik, kockázik. Meg bunyózik is, beszól a törvényszolgálat. Úgyhogy van rajtunk ez a páncél. Itt nyilván ebben a kis bunyóban nem nagyon sérünk. Na most mi van most a... Munkat kitetszik, hogy mi van? Itt már ketten jöttek rám. Most győztünk, vagy most mi van?
I'd love to. And Henry too, I'm sure.
Right, Henry. Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Hát... Szép éjszaka.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Meg fogjuk konkodni a harangot éjszaka kellős közepén.
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Jézus Máriám.
This is wonderful.
Baszki. Szép látvány lehet. Éjszaka kellős közepén kongatnak. És hány.
Comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
Hűha, csodálatos éjszaka lehetett. Az igen.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Ez szép. Itt nem adjak. Na jó. És amit tudok a papa a birkák kellős közepén. Ez is baszik. Az komoly. Igen, és most? Atyám, haza kéne menni. Legény Harry nem lát semmit se. Itt állnak a mezőn, bazd meg.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Isten. Ez komoly. Menjétek el a pappizalmát. Hát, sikerült. Kicsit csatra részegek lettünk.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh, my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach.
Hát nem is sérült a hülye.
What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something.
Elfelejtett a misét, a hülye
What have I
állat.
forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it?
Én mikor se tudja, hogy hol van.
Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state.
maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Na, így most már haladunk valamerre. A hívásatunk szintet lépett.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Ez így szép lesz. Megjelenik itt részegen, másnaposan. Szétvert fejjel. Mit van? Kicsit így beaggódtunk. Na? Kikre esett a játék? Ups. Kikre esettünk, bakker. Csak addig, amíg betölt a játék. Mert most kaptam egy crasht. Addig egy pillanat türelmet kérek. Csak. Nézzük. Mondom, hogy nem. Ó, nem áll. És komoly. Ó, basszus, kulcs, itt volt a mentés. Ó, baszki. Ez jó lesz. Ó, basszus kulcs. Itt mentette a játék. Istenkém. És akkor megint bonyolni, megint izélni. Jó, mindegy, azokat átfogjuk. Akkor most székéléptem. Megint beszélgetni, meg bunyózni. Jó, mindegy, azokat átugoljuk. Ott a részeket. Mint ezeket a szélős részeket. Tudjuk pittyelni, de nem áll. Remélem most nem fog mit kikresselni. Játék. És nagyon bízom benne. Bocs.
I'm sorry, I can't. But first.
I'm from Scap.
Oh.
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. You
Okay,
must have been.
It was God. I did. They almost killed
Tugoljuk, mert hát ugye ezt már itt elolvastuk.
He did. The room.
I see it. Well then.
I've told. I know.
Igen, ezt is
Let's just say these days.
Well, so.
If people. I have a chance on my. Well.
Igen.
Well, I hear you. I'm thinking.
What's up?
The preach. Just you. What? Look.
I. Funny.
What do you suppose?
Ennek a kritikálos ból. Igen, ez az. Szétját ukoljuk. Bárti ezt lényegében már láttuk. Most. Örüljük, hogy a másik ellenféle fókuszálnál. Jó. Most szétütjük. Segíts! Baszki, nem áll. Most nem fogunk aludni. Nem fogunk a fő császkálni. Ezért. Ó, baszki, Istenem, a pap. Most az energiaszintük az jól le fog csökkenni, mindegy. 99%. Mindegy. Ő, te hülye pap! És hát inkább hülye játék, amiért kikresselt.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you. But first, I'd like to hear something.
I'm from. They're dead. God, I didn't make it to the cut.
My poor. And how did you? Now. I see.
Igen.
You know, let's these.
Well, so
If.
what?
Right.
Word.
What the? What?
Igen, elég a kritikálásból. Mert én név ez az.
Come on then, bailiff. You wanted to fight? So come and get it. Don't worry, don't get any trouble.
Egész kódvinnak, jó? Tessék, ki is tettük. Polit, Elois. Na, fel akarok menni, hanem félfele. Nagyon szépen köszönöm. Na, ezt meg nem lehet átugolni.
And Henry too, I'm sure. Right, Henry.
Itt mentünk egyet.
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
Nem tudom, mit hangoztak, hiszen ott még ott fönnsajunk.
What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Tényleg, atyám. És átugoljuk.
Godwin, you old
Milyen? De itt kifítsük, huci. Itt most meg kell vennünk, még ez behelyezik. Behelyezik. Itt inkább tereli a nyáját, úgymond. Ja. Ezt is el akkor átugoljuk. Eljön így az idő.
No, need. I'll go. No need.
Oké, és akkor itt most mentünk egyet, és bízunk benne, hogy nem. Ez itt most baj. Energiaszintünk 58, ügyességünk fasz. Este fénybe. Öltözünk itt föl, ha lehetséges. Jó, fegyverek. Ez. Jó. Jönk a tűrőjét is. Ezt is. Mentünk még egyet. Jó, most nem fagytunk ki. Hála jó Istennek. Na, gyere atyám, akkor jönjük a... Szegény Harry úgy dülönkél. Büfög. Elveszett híni. Most ezért én vesztettem hínevet. Gondolom azért, mert egy részegem... Próbálják meg kell előadni a kritikációt. Az igen.
Never show up. The swimp. Look, he can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
Oh, Jesus.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabilis a manus suas.
Jézus Mária.
Hac facite in meam
Itt egy ilyen misét azért megnéznék, ahol a pap így jelenik meg. Na, ott a leányzó, akivel együtt töltöttük a estét.
You may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who's here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because As you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Melyikük fog előbb hányni? Bob vagy a Henry? Ez egy hosszú prédikáció. Kezdje el szerint prédikáció. Jaj. Ez egy szerint prédikációt.
Brothers and sisters in Christ, I would like to talk to you about our Holy Mother Church and what iniquities it's declining into.
That whelp wants to preach about the church.
Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the right to rule. That right belongs to God alone.
Passalas.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods, and other catastrophes. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right!
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Oi! All honor to Godwin! Let him drink like one of us!
That is all I heard in Prague.
Igen. Igen, hadd idon. Hadd idon, pap. Itt mi? Ami néz ki, hogy azért valami éles csillagtán nyerünk a közönség
lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
És nyelvet adott.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
El is se járt még Prágámhoz sose.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Ez komoly
Although
volt.
it's a sin,
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you?
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Hát, ahhoz képest egész jól ment ez a prédikáció. Hogy majdnem kidobtuk a tacsot. Igen, az energiánk az most eléggé lent van. Úgyhogy... hát csak aludni kéne. Valami, na így. Könnyű. Nem tudok bejönni. De jó lesz. Hát akkor már kell mennünk. Nyom. Hát talán egyszerűbb lesz, hogy eljövünk ide. Összör is. Terezához. Itt alszunk egyet. 52%-on van az energiánk, ami nem olyan hű, de jó. Mire ugye odaérünk, meg a mit tudom én. Ne támadjon meg minket senki. Éves férfi. De jó. Jaj, ez a koltos ember.
Greg, could I have a word with you?
Ilyen köszönő dolog. Hát, bocsánat, de én most... veled nem fogok még egyszer kardozni. Játék legelején már kardoztunk vele. Hol? Jó. A futi meg 0%-os ilyen lett volna.
Most megkapod!
De jó, eltaláltam a kutyámat. Úgy örülnék neki, hogy a kutyám az... A kutyám az ilyenkor nem csinál semmit. Emiatt akkor kutyámnak csinálnia is kéne valamit, nem csak így itt áldogálnia. Nem nagyon csinál semmit csak a kutyám. Most mi van? Nem harcos? Kutyában azt még nem csinál semmit, csak elméletnek tudnia kéne harcolnia, vagy hát megharapnia a dolgot. Hát végzek veled, kismetes. Majd megy álmodsz, hogy... Fuck you! Add már vissza! Hát lehet, hogy el kellett volna inkább engednem. Égalmasan megöljük. Ott égalmas volt. Végül is. Amennyire lehetett. Hát ezeket nem fogjuk elvinni, most így hirtelen. Zsákmány, nézd, hogy mi van nálad. Hát ravatta. Oké. Most mentünk egyet, hogyha már sikerült legyőznünk jó barátunkat. Jövünk Terezához. Itt meggyógyítjuk magunkat az alvással. Oké. Jó Tereza. Még találkozunk. Cseh, biztos. Alvás és mentés. Itt tudok adni. Hát, 12 óra, az pont jó lesz. Már reggel 5-kor indulunk. Egészségünk. Per? És akkor itt kaja. Hát várni mindenünk. Nem, a kenyér az még nem omlott meg. Többi az kaja az... Igen, kifejeztettem egy olyan képességet, hogy így a majdnem romlott kaják az még nem énekeznek meg bennünket. Most le rékít. Most nem tudom, hogy hogyan fogom lenyomozni, de oké. A játékban sajnos gyakran kell menteni. Kérdezzük meg ezt a asszonyságot, hogy... Hello! Persze, nem tudok vele beszélni. Itt is tudnék. Már fogni a többiek azok még mind alszanak. Folytattuk. Hello.
Hey!
Csak beszélni akarok, nyugi van.
I hope that I can be of help to you, Knight.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Do you
Ez
know
a gépi magyarosítás nem a
You mean Hinnick? The courier's son?
jobb, ugye?
Maybe. Do you know where I might find him?
He's not usually around here. Try asking at his home. But I hope you've got a thick skin. The old courier ain't exactly charming.
What can you tell me about the old courier?
He's as cantankerous as a hog in a thorn bush. He won't talk to anyone.
Ez nem tudom.
So you know this Hinnick. Can you tell me something about him?
Not much, I confess. Most of the village folk avoid him like the plague.
Why's that?
No one with a nose likes spending too much time around tanners. And that Riki keeps bad company. I've never heard a good word said about him.
Aki beszélik
Don't tell me
vele.
there's not a single person who talks to him.
He's been seen around with one of the bathhouse wenches. Adela, I believe she's called.
Oké. Már jó, hogy híve. Készen van már ugye a magyar felirat. Fordítás, ugye? De még mindig nem adták ki. Reméltek odaadták a fordító csapatnak. Ők még mindig nem tették bele ugye a játékba. Miért itt van egy leányzóka, akivel beszélnem kéne. Meg kell, hogy törjek. Most nem török be, mert hát ugye itt van ez a jó madár, aztán az meg lebuktat. Mit próbálok én itt betörni, meg ilyenek. Már nem sok kéne az, hogy 10-es szintre felfejlődjön itt a lockpick. És hát így az áttörés.
What's it about?
Itt a csaj. Gondolom, hogy vele kéne beszélnünk. Bár ugye most az áttörést csinálom, akkor tudja, hogy... Már jó asszonyság, nem jönnék ki? Gyűjj már! Valamelyik? Csak nem ő az. Lesz az? Ja. Ha? Ő lesz az.
God preserve you, good night. Can I do something for you?
Jó későkérnek itt a
I
emberek.
heard you've been seeing Hinnick, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
God no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinnick, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough. I don't know what I could tell you about him.
When did you last see him?
A few days ago. He came to me late in the evening, drunk.
And that
És
was
nem a játékban
unusual?
minden részeg.
I never saw him drink much. He always came to me sober.
So he was acting strangely that evening.
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He kept prattling on and didn't seem to care about you know what. So I threw him out and I haven't seen him since.
Where can I find Hinnick?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days. He must have
Ah,
run
they
off
do
to the
best
woods
for long.
again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
I don't know.
Hát végülis tök mindegy, mit választok.
He goes to the woods from time to time. That smells fishy to me.
What do you
Jobb
mean?
ez a
There's no law
képessége.
against it, is there?
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other vermin around, it's not the sort of thing an honest man would do.
But Hinnick doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, really? Then what does he do there? I don't imagine he's gathering mushrooms.
Mushrooms? No. More like hares or other game.
So Hinnick is a poacher? That's no surprise.
Well, he was never much of one for an honest trade.
Do you know exactly where he goes? Maybe he has some favourite spot he might have told you about?
He said he has some hideout in the woods. but he didn't tell me where.
Oké, akkor valami...
Do you remember anything he said that evening?
Utak helyet kell keresnünk.
I'm not sure. He went on about some fellow called Lubosh who died. That he was regretting he ever got into it, but he never said what it was. And that it wasn't worth it for the money. Aye, and then he was talking about the money. That was very odd.
What did he say about the money?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
I see. What did you say to that?
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept saying I was a fine girl and other harlots wouldn't go with him even for money. And if I wanted, I could even take half the money and leave. Or he'd go with me and we could get married and such. Oh, just poppycock.
Did he tell you exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his father's small holding in the western corner.
Right,
thank you.
Luvetta.
Take care.
Keres meg kirejte fejét. Szopjával még kell beszélnem? Hát valószínűleg így van, nem kell beszélnem a materiával. Miattileg? Igen. De csak beszélnem kell a foteljával. Szét Ricky apjával, választható, meg vessen meg a rejtek helyet. Semmi akadálya sincs a dolognak. Hát jó, csak persze vonásunk. Nincs ásunk mi. Ajaj. Mi akkor problémás lesz, hogy nincs ásunk. Itt a Kovácsnál lehet, hogy tudunk venni ásót. Oda megyünk. És hát ő jöhetünk venni valamit. A lapát. Szünk. Ez mindenféleképp. Jó. Meg javítás. Hát azért minden eléggé rotty. Jó. Ezek majd viszonylag eléggé omlottak, ezért egyet-kettőt így bak. És tele van endő. Gondolom ő lenne a patelja.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for your son. Any idea where he might be?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hinek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick and Harry?
Csak kurkolta vagyok.
What's your tongue, peasant? I'm an envoy of Sir Radzig Kabila, and this is an official investigation. Stop trying to put me off and tell me where your son is right now.
I apologize if I offended you, young man. But still, I don't know where Hinek is. He turned up at the house a while back, but then he vanished again in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went? What?
Look, it's been clear to me for a long time that my boy was headed for the gallows. But I'm still his father, right? And you can't expect me to rat on my own son.
If you value your son's life at all, you better pray I find him, because I'm not the only one looking for him.
That's no surprise. But what of it? We're here on behalf of Sir Radzig. There's nothing waiting for Hinek but the gibbet.
veszélyben talán van kiút.
It doesn't have to be that way. If Hinnek cooperates, he can save his neck.
I can't say you put my mind at ease. But to hell with it. I'll tell you what I know. All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hinnek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you. Don't you have any clue at all where his hideout could be?
I really don't know nothing about that. I could tell when he'd come from...
How's that?
Because every time he brought some hides for tanning and money. Go. And if he's really in as much
Jó,
shit as
oké,
he said...
keresem meg a rejtek helyet. Látok, valahol a háznak a sarkában kéne, hogy legyen. Valamelyik háznak a sarkában. Jöttem a területről, nem baj. Hát, hogy a fotelja tudja, hogy hol van a rejtekhely. Igazából Csajsika az elmondta, hogy hol van a hely. Kérdezz meg tőle, hát tudja. Igen, ezt tudjuk, ezt elmondtad. Nézzem, mit mondott.
I suppose. He never kept any of his loot here.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin. Of course, it could have been for me.
All right. I'll ask at the inn then. What more do you know?
Nothing. I swear to God Almighty, I've said all...
I know he didn't talk to you about it, but you must have noticed something, right? How much time did he spend away? What was he wearing? How did he...
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know. Except maybe one thing. He'd come home scratched with brambles and with leaves and muck on him.
So he probably went through thick woods to get to that place.
I reckon. What do I know? Go.
Yeah.
And if he's really in as much shit...
Nem tudjuk meg tőle, hogy hol a rejtekhely pontosabban. És biztos, hogy valahol itt kell lennie. A fürdős leányra azt mondta, hogy hoteljának a házának a sarkában kellene lennie. Valahol elméletileg ásva. És ha jól értelmeztem, disznó. Hát jön disznóknál. Aj, de nem tudok menni. Ott biztos nem. Milyen csösei van ennek a disznónak, eh? Lehet, hogy be kell mennem a házba. Nyámat nem tudom megkérni. Szimatoljon vagy valami. Ja, hagyjam már békén. Keresem a kincsemet. És hát a fiat kincsét. Pontosabban. Könnyű zárfeltörés. Ezt akkor ki is lehetne volni. Arról lenne szó. Még beletartozik? Ez még beletartozik itt a területbe. Láttam itt a képet, nem minden csak lehet meg külni. Hát az utolsó nem megyek. Csalántos tűtőmához már kell az ilyen, a gyógyfőzethez, úgyhogy ez nem árt, ha van. És talán, bár körülvilágot találni kéne. Ugyanúgy, hogy bent van a házba. Csak... hát úgy ki kéne ütni a fatát. Azért, hogy hát ki kéne ütni a fatát azért, hogy körbe tudjak nézni. Bent. Hát ugyanúgy bent van a házba. Hát csak ott az a nő is. Ő is pakja, hogy észrevesz, hogy kiütöttem a fatát, akkor az már gond. Persze meg. Helyét. Oké. Van a rejtekhely. Ki kell ütnöm ezt a palit. Így bank. Nem érek semmit se. Rébe, visszajött. Ki kéne ütni ezt a legmanyust. Kéne egy videót nézni, csak ne teljen az idő.
Hey!
Kiüssem a palit. Jó, mentünk egyet. Palit. Nézem itt a... ide volt valami zöldes területen kell lennie. Nincsnek. Megvan. Jó, akkor ez volt a izé. Itt a kincsem, öreg. A fiat kincsede. Hát most már elég. Srác jönött. Jössz vissza.
Help! Arrest that! My God!
Aha.
Guards! Help! Stop that fraud before they beat each other to death! Come here!
Bocsi. Hadd el az észrevette bakke, hogy izé... lopok. Nem sikerült egyből ki. Lász, már jönnek is. Kell letartóztatni. Gyere, öreg! Gyere!
Hey, you! Halt! Surrender!
Nem mit akarsz? Na, mennyit fizessek? Fogadjunk ilyen 60-at, mi?
What? You dare to ask? Even if I ignore your other... You should have thought twice about what you're doing.
Ez kettős... Igen? Na nézzük. Sikertelen.
You'll still...
Várjátok, megpróbáljuk. Megpróbáljuk visszatölteni. Hát jó, hogy akkor hol a érdekhely. Próbáljuk akkor úgy visszatölteni, hogy legyen ebből problém. Nyilván legyen benne akkor eldobni ezt a... Csot. Akkor éppen nem fél az apja. De most úgy néz ki, hogy sikerült. Most nem izét. Ez a izé. Ott az vadász. Jó, most legalább nem reklamáltam. Hála jó Istennek. Akkor talán itt az vadász. Nem tudom, hogy... Veled kell beszélnem. Hát tudja, hogy hol a... Okay.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinek.
And ask someone else. They've nothing to do with Riki. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hinek's. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Riki is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
És tudjuk, hogy orvadász,
More than you
ciao.
think. It's likely Riki is hiding out at his poaching lair. And believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to go to the castle and tell them. Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right. But give me your word of honor you won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have my word.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
Jó, a rejtekhely.
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all. But I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
How do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so we had to have a light for that.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Ez a jó tanácsot, haver. Most már itt nagyjából tudjuk, hogy merre van. Mindig nyomoznom kell, hát. Elméletek.
Good luck to you.
Szóval most amúgy... Ez most...
Why has he got such a bad name?
Well, like his old man, he doesn't talk much to anyone. And then he's always skulking
Elég
off
is már minden
somewhere.
információt
I
tudunk.
heard he got a taste of the
Well,
pillory in Rete for thieving. And in Neuhof, he got boozed up in the alehouse with his cronies and they beat up some merchants.
So a bit more than high spirits.
Just so. We're all honest folk here, and we've no use for the likes of him.
Why do they call Hinek Riki anyway?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you're ever downwind of him, you'll understand. Tanning isn't a trade for the weak of stomach.
True enough, but not every courier gets cursed with a name like that.
Well, Hinek's nature is no sweeter than his smell.
Hát ez micsoda? Ez a vissza. Csak ugye a Google fordítás.
Coming right up.
De hogy hány ember kell itt szerintem ahhoz, hogy ez a is megéljen.
So you know this Hinek?
Not much, I confess. Most of the village...
Why is that?
Well, no one with a nose likes spending too much time around tanners. And that Riki keeps bad company. I've never heard...
Jó, hát mégis tudjuk, hogy már hol van, úgyhogy ezt lényegében ez a... Most itt nyomozzam le Rikit. Már keresd meg melletti helyben lévő barlangot. Igen, most itt barlangokat kell keresgélnem. Most, hogy pontosan hol lesz, nem tudom. Viszont egy kis technikai szünetet tartok, srácok, mindjárt jövök. Na itt vagyok, bocsánat. Visszatértem. Közben hát szerintem... Próbáljuk meg itt. Megkeresni a srácot. Itt. Megtaláljuk. Ebben az erdőben. Csak a kereskedő ordibál itt. Jó asszonyság. Na. Itt paci. Négy csak. Láttam itt egy tábort. Jó nekem. Mit tudok menni? Vajon? Hát nem nagyon néz ki. De nehezen, de... Fölmegy. Utána is kéne találni valami vaját, vagy valamit. Gyakrabban kéne beszélgetnem így itt a kutyámmal. És hát ha fejlődik, vagy valami. Nem rajta. Hogy harci helyzet. Jaj, csak meg ne sérülj, Henry. Ne sérüljél meg. Felvételszünk egy bankot. Kompát, gyűjtögessünk, hogy legalább ez a gyűjtögetés jól fejlődjön. Azt hiszem, hogy megtaláltuk. Ez végül is gyors volt. Nem tudtam, hogy itt lesz amúgy.
Jesus Christ, what am I to do? Not that I can expect any useful advice from you. At least, you've no more cares.
Need someone to talk to?
Fuck!
Fuck,
Don't kill me.
hello.
I can explain. I won't tell anyone. I swear, I've no one to tell anyway. Just please don't kill me.
I'm not planning to kill you.
You're not one of Runt's men?
No.
Huh. Then who are you?
Ki vagyok az apád? Letecskó, én vagyok az apád. Hát, van egy közös
That's not
ellenségünk.
important. The important thing is we have a common foe.
Considering all the enemies I have, the odds of that are pretty high.
I'm talking about the gang that raided the Neuhof stud farm. I know you were there.
I was, but I've got nothing in common with those bastards.
I'll take your word for it, providing you tell me what you know.
I don't know why you should care. If it keeps my neck out of the noose, I'll spill the beans.
That Neuhof raid of yours didn't turn out quite as planned, did it?
Depends on whose plan you're talking about. We were up to it to grab some loot and bugger off. Only Runt's cutthroats was there to shed blood.
What do you mean, Runt's cutthroats?
There were two gangs there, mine and Runt's. We was only there to steal, but they wanted to slaughter everyone.
But when you realised what they had in mind, you didn't have to go along with it, did you?
But we didn't know nothing, even though we were going to Neuhof. They told us to keep watch on the courtyard while they were cutting the horses' throats. Jesus, that fucking vexed me. Their horses was the most valuable thing there. When I spoke up, though, Runt gave me such a bollocking I knew I'd better keep my mouth shut. And when they said we was going to kill anything that moved, then we knew there was no going back.
Batalja.
Did you know any of Runt's people?
Not a one. They didn't talk to us at all. None of their faces was familiar either. The only thing I know is they called that huge chief of theirs Runt, and Pius warned us to watch out for him.
I don't suppose you know where they got to after the raid?
On the way to Neuhof, Timmy told me he was at their camp with Pius. I reckon that's where they've gone now.
Did Timmy tell you where the camp is?
Somewhere in the woods. He didn't say nothing more. Thing is, Timmy's got quite an imagination. But Pius roared at him to shut it, so I reckon there must be something in it.
Mondtad?
That gang of yours, what can you tell me about them?
Don't know what you want to know. There was four of us. Me, Timmy, Limpy Lubosh, and Pius Pava. Sometimes we'd rob a place or hold up pilgrims. Never nothing fancy.
I'm sure you did mischief enough. Who led you?
Pius. He was the oldest, and he'd mostly find the jobs for us, plan them and the like. He got us into that fucking mess in Neuhof, too.
What about the others?
Timmy's strong as an ox, with a brain to match. You got more sense out of a fence post. And Limpy, I've been with him the longest. He's my one and only friend, I suppose.
Who got your two gangs together? You must have made contact somehow, right?
Pius. He comes to us and says he's got this prime job. We're gonna rob a farm, he says. That was a big deal, because mostly we just did small stuff. Hold up on the road now and then, nothing fancy. When they told us how much we could make on it, well, we just couldn't refuse.
So Pius knew them?
I suppose, but I don't know where from. We even got paid up front. I should have known from the start it was too good to be true.
Where did the rest of your gang end up?
You saw Limpy, right?
Yes, but he's no use to me now. Tell me where I can find Pius or Timmy.
I don't know nothing about Pius. He vanished in the woods, and I haven't seen him since. Timmy, I reckon, went back to the mill where he works.
Which mill?
The windmill a bit north of Neuhof.
Okay.
That's all I need to know. So now what do I do with you?
Well?
Hát tudjuk, hogy hol van. Timmy? Igen, és most ezt a csávót ültetik.
Gotta get out of here. They're too close. We'll never outrun them. Fuck! At least they don't know I'm here. The two of us can take them by surprise.
No fucking way. I'm gone.
Look here. If you run, they'll catch up with you and kill you. And me too. Together, we stand a better chance.
Okay, akkor megpróbáljuk őket kinyírni.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Jó a leglát.
I suppose you're right.
Hát, hárman vannak, hárman. És legalább nem páncélozottak. Mentünk egyet, jó. Hát ez egy páncélozott. Úgy olyan nehéz célpontot váltani. Legalább az egyiket ne lőjem meg, legalább amelyiknek nincsen bajna. Valami. Jó, egyik megvan.
Well, I never. The pig turns out willingly for the slaughter. Yeah.
Jó. Hús is jöhet, főleg... Szára feltől jöhet. Bandázs is jöhet, nós is jöhet. Kis kenyér is jöhet, hogyha esetleg nehogy Isten kajálni kéne. Jöhet. Hús jöhet. És jöhet. Akkor beszéljünk a kutyulival.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Édes kis... Most itt? Na, fejlődött.
There's the good dog. That's my boy.
Nem értek, hogyha ezt ingyeneset választom, akkor elméletek meg támadja. Van szabad egészség. Képesség. Művelési szokás. Legyen ez. Aztán szép kutya. Gyorsan megkedvelnek. Nyilván ott. Ó, ezt pantást is jó lenne.
I've got some more questions.
What?
Ezt nem kell a létre.
You're coming with me. So Radzig and Sahanish will want to hear what you've got to say.
Don't suppose there's any chance you might turn a blind eye.
Why should I?
I didn't do nothing all that bad, and I told you everything I know. You can tell them yourself, and leave me here, and in a few weeks I'll pack up and clear off.
Elviszem a tejbe.
How many people were screaming at Neuhof? Half the stables are burnt down.
I didn't kill no one, and I didn't start no fire neither.
But you had a hand in it, and you wanted to rob them. You could have warned them.
I'm no saint, but surely I don't deserve to hang for that. It was them others.
I don't give a tinker's curse. You were there, you didn't warn anyone, and you helped those murderers, even if it was only for a while. You're going to Rattay with me.
You're condemning me to death. You know that, don't you?
Maybe Sir Hanush will have mercy on you. You've had the devil's own luck so far.
Na most vesztettünk egy kis hírnevet, ahogy elengedtük, és hát ő hírnevét, ugye, nyilván. Elvesztettük, tehát ez van. Zárhatjuk. Tudom, mikor fogom úgy fejlődni a... Könyvecske volt itt. Pár könyv volt itt. Hát mit nem mondjak. Ő lesz majd mit olvasgatni. Szóval megpróbálom így fölöttől esni. Jó, fejlődött. Képességem. Az áttörő képességem, hogy abból egy szinten jobbat tudok majd. Kospot. Ezeket amúgy mind eladhatnám. Majd. Vagy mint. Adjuk. Könyv. Károly. Kélet megeszünk. Többet nem tudok izélni. Jó, kicsit lettem lakatva. Oké, és most kéne hát innen ki osonni. Igazából itt a páncélkovász nevetnék javító csomót, ha egyáltalán van neki. Kis fejfelfogadó készlet. Ez ennyibe kerül. Ezt a mindenségét, piankot gyűlőjét nem adjuk el. Egyet ebből eladunk. Szóval más nem is tudok. Bár alkudozhattam volna. Azt a másik erős gyűrűt is eladhatnám, de mindegy. Mindegy. Legalább karbantartás is fejlődött. Jó. Kell. És... Majd teszem magamnál a ember.
Show me what you've got concealed.
Nem mutatok meg neked semmit sem. Hagyjál békén. Nincs valami semmi rejtegetni való sem. És hagyj békén. Nem rejtegetek semmit sem. Puss! Szavasz! Nem adok oda neki semmit sem. Szavasz! Nagyon jó barát. Nem jön utána a majom parádé. Csak rájött, hogy van nálunk cucc. Miért nem jön utánam? Értleg. Remélem ez így is marad. Hát jó pár dolgot vettem. Mit megjavítanom? Antiból. Itt igazából el is olvasgathatnám. Hatóság, kapacitás, igen. Engedelmesség. Azt nem tudom, hogy ezt... Ja, lehet...
Look what I've got for you.
Növelni vagy. Ami ilyesmi. Igazából így itt el is olvasgathatnám. Ezt nem kellett volna tenni, nem mindegy. Ezen is öröme. Itt ad. Vadászatról szóló kézikönyv. Hallottad, hogy itt azt fog írni, hogy nem tudom tanulmányozni? Pontosan, gondoltam. Olvasási szinten. Azt hát nyilván el lehetne olvasni. A királyság rövid története. Igaz, ami itt a jó Vence királyról írtak, az szemencett hazugság, Sweetpont és ez igaz király, de jó. Beszédről szóló. Ezt se tudom még egyelőre. Én? Máseket tartalmaz. Kézikönyv. Háborúról. Most legalább így növeljük így a olvasást, olvasás képességét. Lékének. Vőlegényésről. Ez is egy ilyen seske. Könyvsta, alkímiáról egy könyv. És elolvassuk. Olvasást így fejlesztgetni kell. Henrikének legalább tanuljon. Én meg majd is vissza kell mennem ide a jó madárhoz, hogy nyitson meg jobb izére. Nem a könyv. Itt el tudjátok olvasni, negyedik Károly. Ezt is elolvassuk. Hát el lehet inni. Ó, de jó sok könyv. Mit mond Magyar király? Tudod, helyre vonatkozó. Azt hiszem, ezt elolvastam, amelyik nincs megcsillagozva, azt hogy már el lett igazából olvasva. Úgyhogy igazából azokat majd eladhatjuk. Sokat nem érnek, de... Jó, igen, van itt pár könyv, amit még nem tudtam ugye el. El kell adogatni, basszus meg. Azt hiszem, hogy ott volt egy könyv, amit teljesen olvastam el. Mi ez? Jó, basszus kulcs. Meg TLC küldtetés. Most. De ezt a küldtetést itt még végigviszem. Aztán lehet, hogy majd itt lesz vége a live-nak. Szóval itt megkeressük a csmárost. A kocsmát. Szálláshelyek. Azt hiszem, te olyan fogadós, te.
Good day to you.
Igen, is szeretnék itt.
I suppose I could for how long?
Egy éjszakát szeretnék.
No problem.
Here you go.
You'll like it here. Like. God be with you.
Kicsikét. Hogy nem áll pénzük, jó, nyilván. Van a pizé is. Verseny is van rattályban. Mi? Nem, én aludni akarok, holnap reggelig. Annyira nem is vészes a energiaszintünk, csak... Hát na. Kutyánkkal beszélgetni kéne folyamatosan, igazándiból. És ő képessége megedjen. Hát ezt a tornát is meg kéne csinálni. Hát ezt már nem kell volna megenni. Hát bár annyira nem. izét.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Ja. Foklás, misnőt. Mert ugye el kell adogatnom. Megyünk majd ide a bomba most. Ezt még itt, itt megmentünk egy másik srácot. És még itt megcsinálom, aztán basszus, kicsit, mint hogy másfele jönnék, mint amerre kéne igazándiból menjek. Itt az eltőnek kicsikét én így átvágok. Nem akarok ennyi ekkora utat megtenni. Őszinte legyek. És eljöttnék. Itt vagyok. Nem nagyon hozzuk itt az időt. Remélhetőleg itt lesz a jó madár, akit meg kell, hogy mentsünk. Ültjünk meg egy kicsikét, az mindig jól jön. Célmalomat felfedeztük. Elméletileg kellene. Érdeklődöm Timi után. Gondolom, esetleg remélem fogod, hogy még mindig csendes pihenőt tart. Szokásához híven.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Do you know Timmy? He's a big man and,
A complete numbskull? Aye, he works here. Or he used to, I'm not sure. He vanished a few days ago. Far as I know, no one's seen him since, but try asking his sister, Mirka. She works here too.
Oké. Sokáját kéne megkeresnem. Mirkácska, hol a
I'm looking for a
csókád?
colossus by the name of Timmy. I heard he works here.
I don't know anyone like that.
Dehogy nem, ti ismerette. De többiek ismerik őt.
All the others know him, so how come you don't?
All right, but not here. We'll talk round the back, behind the mill.
Oké, elméletileg itt a valamnál kell vele dumfizni, tehát Tudja, hogy mi folyik itten. Mika, már...
To heal, Mutt. To me?
Ennek a csor... Addig, amikor Chelsea ideér. Addig...
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Addig neked egy kis kaját. Nem kiraboltam. De hál' Istennek nem.
Here I am. So, why all the secrecy?
What do you want from Timmy?
Can you tell me where to find him?
Promise me nothing will happen to him.
Why do you care so much?
He's my brother. He's not very smart, you see, and he's always getting led astray by his no-good friends. And now there's some right peculiar characters looking for him.
Who are they?
I don't know. But they looked like cutthroats, and they said some strange things. But I didn't tell them anything.
That's good. But sooner or later they'll find him anyway. Tell me where he is, and I'll take care of him.
Itt átkeresik a bátyját, hát nem túl jó hír.
He's hiding at the Colburn farm, over by Merhoyed.
Na, 3-an. Nem, 4-en. Négyen akarnak tőlünk
Got a
valamit.
feeling you're looking for someone here. I'm looking for someone too. Maybe we could help each other.
And who are you looking for?
A great big ox by the name of Timmy.
That's interesting. I'm also looking for a big ox called Timmy.
Well, what are the chances? Could it be the same fellow, I wonder? Now, if someone were to tell me where to find Timmy, I might offer that man a job. We could use a smart fellow like that at the camp.
Hol a tápolott pénzt akarok, nem tudom, hogy hol van. Fognak van. Nem. Csak azt mondom, akkor úgyse fog elhinni.
I've no idea where he is. I reckon I'll have to try my luck elsewhere.
That wench didn't tell you anything.
Hát...
Nothing about Timmy, anyway.
So what were the two of you talking about?
I'd say that was none of your business, wouldn't you?
Farewell, then, neighbour. Come on, boys!
Oké, meghúztuk, hát az a baj, hogy négyük ellen nem valószínű, hogy fel tudtam volna velük venni a harcot. Úgyhogy... Kalincs poliszék köröznek. Azt a mindenségét. Így meg Timit, hogy mondja el, hol rejtőzik többi bandita. Oké, hát sajnos igazából elmondta, hogy hol van. Igazából jó messze. Igazából jó messze van. Elvókám. Benne vinnie. Itt meg tudja, hogy nem fog tudni áthatolni ezt az áthatolhatatlan. Van, de hát nehezen mégis. Jó van, őket Timit gyorsan megkeressük. Még mielőtt a banditák rájönnének, hogy mégis hol van. Timi uraság. most legalább tudjuk, hogy hol rejtőzik. Hát végülis nem sokára ott vagyunk. Itt át szlisszanunk mindenen keresztül. Átha. Mert itt az átön keresztül kéne mennem. Métek, és hát itt van egy svény. Düpp. Reméltek itt van. Ilyen jónak termető emberkét kéne keresnünk. És meg vagy. Akkor nagyon nem is nagy darab.
How are you today?
I'm all right. Have we met?
We have now.
Huh? Oh, shit. What do you want? It wasn't me. I didn't... I mean... Shit.
Shit.
I saw what you did at Neuhof.
What are you talking about? You weren't there. I mean, I wasn't there.
Don't waste your breath.
Wait, no.
You were there with Limpy Lubosh and Riki. I heard all about it.
What do you want from me?
Your mate Hinek told me about a whole camp full of those horse huns. And I want to find it. I need to find it.
Yeah, but why should I trust you, though? I'm not stupid. You might be one of them. Pretending to not be one of them. Trying to catch me out. I won't tell you nothing.
Hát, harcban le tudna győzni, legalábbis így azt mutatja.
Do I look like someone who goes around hunting down half-wits for pleasure?
No, I reckon not.
Most sikerült.
But I don't know where their camp is.
That's a load of horse shit. Hinek told me you were there, and that Pius warned you to keep your mouth shut. You must know something.
Well, once I was there with them, yeah. Only, I was pretty drunk, so I'm not too sure.
Try to remember.
It was in the woods. In some kind of woods. You know, with trees and stuff. There were some wrecked houses there, though. In the woods. A church! There was a church there. Kind of a broken one, though.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Now it's all clear to me. Do you remember which way you went?
It was straight north from Talmberg. When you go uphill from the castle, there's a path there round some barns, I think. It leads to the woodcutters' camp. If you go further on past the woodcutters, you come across this abandoned house. Can't miss it. Looks like a house. Only abandoned. Go to the left there and carry on till you come to this clearing with a big beech tree. Or was it an oak? You go left there again. There's this narrow path and you go straight along there. Sometimes it splits up. You just keep to the left until you come to a crossroads by this big flat rock. You keep straight on there. After a while, you'll see a bridge. And it's right there. Easy as you please.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
But you won't tell nobody about Neuhof, right? You promised. Oh no, bugger. I meant to make you promise, but I forgot.
Don't worry. But in future, find some other way to make money. Like honest work?
Thanks. I'll try. On account of my
Az a legszűk hülye, úgyhogy...
That girl at the windmill?
Aye, Mirka. Did you talk to her? What did she say?
She told me you're as thick as a fence post and always getting dragged into some mischief.
Did she? Yeah, she's probably right.
Jó van, srácok, én viszont lehet, hogy akkor itt hát elköszönök. Srácok. Arra így legyen elég. Így a... Némecske. Hát még itt gyorsan ki. Fejlesztem, hogy van. Először csomag, legyen, hogy... Igen? Jó van. Nem. Hát inkább erős tombocska. Orvosás. Folyik a minimál csak a boltokban. Ez jó lehet. Nem. Mi a legtöbbet olvasott könyv tanulmány szintje? Ó, hogy a kényelmes useful tuple... Ez nem rossz. Viszont jöhet. Készíti? És tényleg lehet ettől. Se rossz. Oké. Jelenre... Mi? Tudunk csinálni. Könnyebb zárakat tudsz automatosítani. Az. Nos, csak akkor legyen itt. Vége. Ott a polgárai, hát... Érdemünk nem a legjobb. Tisztel. Nem. Egyenesben például semmilyen hírnevünk sincs. Nos, csak akkor itt innen fogjuk majd folytatni. Nagyon szépen köszönöm, hogy itt voltatok velem. Jó héten majd találkozunk. Ti is legyenek jók.